guys and gals, and welcome to the Monday, August 4th episode of Morning Coffee and Chat. This damn thing is still crooked. I know I've explained it to you guys before, but for some reason, uh, when we're shooting in this angle, it has to start this way, and then you hit go live, and then you got to turn it and adjust it. One of those new updates that uh, they should have just done without. Hope everybody's doing well this morning. It has been a long week. Nice to, nice to be here. DJ, hey bud, sorry I saw your message at 11 something last night. Like right when I was laying down, I will holler at you right after the stream if you're not busy. It's just been rough, man. This one day a week thing. I've actually not even been out of bed for an hour. I the wife had to work last night. Her days off are back to Tuesdays and Wednesdays again. She had to work last night, so me and the kiddo was watching the new Final Destination. I think I crawled in bed at 1 something. She was still awake on the couch talking to her friends, and I passed out. The wife woke me up when she walked in this morning. I was actually laying across the bed, on top of the in the fan, trying to breathe, which is really surprising because it's only 56 degrees right now. But with the fans and stuff on, it was more like 46 degrees. And well, no, that's a damn lie. This house is hot. I'm on my second cup of coffee, and I am still not awake. Yeah, it's definitely been a long week writing for the new album. Drops this morning. Very cool. Very cool. I'm waiting on the first live concert. Quite honestly, um, you got this whole new look to you, man. That's completely different from the last time I saw you. So this whole sound, I like the guy who's doing all your mixing and stuff. Whoever you're working with, I'm really liking this person. Um, Everything that they're doing is really um, really benefiting you. It's really bringing your sound out and everything. It's really cool. Uh, 11 tracks. Once my fan base is bigger, I will do shows. You need to get a hold of local city festivals, local fairs, um, stuff like that, and try to get yourself in the door there. Um, we used to have a thing here, and I'm pretty sure that things like that, this are dead nationwide, but we used to have this thing in Anderson, Indiana called a free fair. And basically the city put it on, and they had like local bands, um, local musicians, singers, magicians, stuff like that come in, and they would just do shows to get their name out in the public eye. And city festivals, uh, community programs, things like that, that's just going to get your name out there and get your fan base bigger. I'm telling you, people hear what you do, they're going to take a shine to you. That's all there is to it. Um, I'm kind of biased. I mean, you're my dude. Um, so I'm like, you know, really biased when it comes to your music and stuff like that. But I I just think that the more people are exposed to you, the faster your fan base is going to grow. That's all there is to it. You're too good at what you do for them not to automatically be attracted to you. If I want to do that, then I'd have to play bars. They don't have free fares around here. Well, yeah, maybe not free fares, but um, community events, city festivals, stuff like that. We have this thing that they just started, in Dowagiac, just north of us, that's called a summer concert series. And they're just doing, um, they got this little shelter deal in the middle of the park. And local musicians, bands, stuff like that are setting up there every weekend throughout the summer. And there's been a couple singers, I'll be honest with you, I ain't never heard of. And they've been drawing, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500 people just all gathered around this little, what do you call those damn things those round things that you put in your yard that you sit under, and some people have swings on them, and that's basically what this is one of those great big shin thingies, and that's where the band sets up at, and people crowd all the way around it just to see them. I don't care if they're looking at the back of their head for an hour and a half. You should see my stats. They are low. 2 bars will let me play at their bars, but that's about it. Good morning, Sarah, you beautiful thing, you. Hope you're doing better than I am this morning. I'm rough today. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I was just telling TJ I haven't even been up an hour yet. I got a real bad case of that that Far East disease, dragon ass, because it is a dragon. There's not enough caffeine nor sugar in this coffee to wake me up this morning. But I hope you're doing well. I mean, if I woke up with that face every day, I'd be doing super. So I mean, I hope it's benefiting you as much as it would me. Oh, come on, caffeine. Maybe that's what I need. Maybe I need a caffeine IV. Something to just get me started. I'm sorry. I'm in Florida. Down there getting a tan. I need pictures. Is that where is that where you and the kids were at the other day when you put those pictures on Instagram of the kids sitting there in their little bathing suits? Was you down on the beach? Yeah, exactly, TJ. That's exactly how it is. It's like, give me a slow caffeine drip. Just pure, unadulterated, unwatered down caffeine, just slowly dripping into my system. Give me one of those Mountain Dew sugar IVs up here, just slowly dripping pure cane sugar into my system. Yep, you definitely need to send me pictures of there. So, I love watching y'all enjoy yourselves. It was a beautiful day the other day. I was trying to get the family up and around cause I went to work like late at night. It was before midnight when I went to work. And I was out of there by like 2:30 in the morning. And wife got home at 4:30, got a few hours of sleep. And I told him, I said, we need to go down to the beach. It is already almost 80 degrees. There's people down at the beach. They've been there all night long. Music's playing. You can hear them laughing and carrying on. We need to take, the little grill and some towels and stuff down to the beach and just make a day of it. And everybody's like, it's like, yeah, you're right. I'd burst into flames anyway, out in that kind of UV. I'd be blind for like a week. I don't know if you know it or not, but UV light directly influences cataracts because the brighter the light, the more of the fogginess and the glare you get. But when you put yourself out in really strong UV light, um, it will literally affect the eye for several days um, afterwards. So I wouldn't be able to walk to work. I wouldn't be able to see at work. I wouldn't be able to do anything for like 3 or 4 days. So I'm kind of glad we didn't go, even though I do have a real good pair of sunglasses that I can put over my eye patch. Um, and then of course, either my cowboy hat or my ball cap that I wear um, covers the top of the glasses and stuff to keep it out enough that I can get home. But plus, I got, I got the coolest sunglasses. My mom brought them to me. She had her cataract surgery here a couple of years ago, probably right about the time Jan did. And these things are supposed to cut like 90% of the UV light out. Her doctor told her you can actually watch a solar eclipse wearing these glasses and it won't burn your eyes. You can actually stare right at the sun and it kills that UV light. Uh, I don't know if I'd try it or not, but nice to know that if I'm ever attacked by an eclipse, I can look right at it when I fight back. Um, yeah, it's their first time at the beach. They love it. I bet they do. Back when I had two really good eyes, I used to love going to the beach. Well, except when I got excited and ran out in the water, booby deep, and to play with the daughter or something, and realized my cell phone was still in my shorts pocket. That's what happened to me the last time I went to the beach. Of course, I had to take my phone apart as much as I could and lay it up on the dashboard of the car. And finally, after about 4 or 5 hours, it started to work again. Where is that phone? Yeah, that's the one. Finally got outdated and didn't work anymore. The screen don't work or anything. 5 years after it took a swim in Lake Michigan. Go figure. How is the new channel going? The new channel is doing well. We're at almost 50 subscribers now. I'm hitting as many paranormal live streams as I can. Our old friend Derek from up in Ontario, um, Canada's haunted, um, Canada's haunted history and mystery or something like that. And I got quite a few of his people yesterday to come over. Of course, we have another video coming out Wednesday, and then episode 2 of the Paranormal Papa podcast is supposed to hit on Friday. I was going to work on that this morning until my mind decided to stay in bed instead. So, Santee scared the crap out of me the other day. I was about to watch a movie with my youngest, and Santee called my phone unexpectedly. It was an awesome call, but it still scared me. I could see why. He don't normally just randomly make a call. Back when we used to talk once every week and a half, he'd always message me first and ask if I was busy or something. So, yeah, just to get a random call from him was kind of rare. I could understand why that would scare you. That would have been awesome. Took us 11 hours to get here. Wow. I very seldom go 11 minutes from home anymore. Schedules. Schedules. Up until, next week? I think the 15th of August, the wife is still on nights. So she's sleeping most of the day. So I've been adjusting my schedule so I sleep more during the daytime than the nighttime. And on the 15th, she'll go back on days, which means, she'll be gone from what, 6 to 4, or 6 to 2, 8 to 4. So there's not going to be any more beach times unless it just happens to be her day off. So I think I like it better when she sleeps night or when she works nights. Oh, goodness. What part of Florida did you go, Sarah? My dad took me when I was a kid. We went to Universal Studios and SeaWorld, got to swim in the Atlantic and the Gulf. It was fun. My aunt took us to Daytona. Good morning, Squatchy. You good-looking furry bugger, you. Hope you're doing well. Steph feeling better after her bee attack. Preferred day schedule for sure. Yeah, she's doing a lot better. It took her 3 or 4 days, man, to get the burn out of them. Once the sting of them wore off, it was just the burn, being able to sit on them, move around, wear pants and sit in a desk chair. She took the first night off that she got stung, but after that, she was a trooper. She went back to it and lumped through. But yeah, it took her 3 or 4 days to get the burn out of them where she could actually do anything. Of course, what, Tuesday? No, today. No, yesterday. It was a week ago yesterday. So she's back to her old self again. I'd prefer day schedule for sure. Believe it or not, and um, I don't understand it. I find that I work better at night. So, since the place closes at 9, they're normally out of there by, the last customers get pushed out the door about 9:40 or so. Um, and I'll come in, right after the kitchen crew leaves, which is usually about 9:30. And the server is still out there that last 10 or 15 minutes. And I'll start working my dough then. And I've come to find out that I work better at night. Now, what I've been doing this week, I've been running an experiment with the dough, and I come to find out that if that dough sits for right at 6 hours, it is so easy to work the next day. Um, it doesn't get sticky. It proofs really well. There's something about the flavor of it that's better. So what I was doing this past week was running an experiment with, I'd go in of an evening about 9:30, and I would make the dough. Then I would go, only be there like 2 or 3 hours, be there till like midnight. Then I would go back in at like 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and roll everything up. Only be there for 2 or 3 hours, and then I would go back home for the day, then go back in, rinse and repeat that night. Back in there at 9:30, work till midnight, go back in at like 6, work till 9. And that seemed to produce better stuff. Wasn't exactly easy on the body, because by the time I get home, I got to eat something. And so, I'm only getting about 2.5 or 3 hours of sleep. And so I'm kind of working on that 3 hour, 3 hour, 3 hour, and then having the 12 hours to relax here at home and do everything I'm supposed to do here to keep, the happy life thing going. Oh, depends. Working night shift is usually easier because less folk are around, but any time off is ruined because you're always exhausted during business hours. Did you see where a comedian had custody of Annabelle? Yeah, I actually put a public post up yesterday about it when I found out Matt Rife and Elton Casty, actually bought Ed and Lorraine Warren's house, and they have got custody of Annabelle and the rest of the haunted objects for a 5-year period. Of course, Ed and Lorraine Warren's daughter and her husband, they're supposed to take custody back of Annabelle and the other objects after a 5-year period. And they're going to open a haunted occult museum somewhere else. But yeah, Matt Rife and Elton Casty have got owned the Warren House and Occult Museum right now. And they're going to turn it into a haunted bed and breakfast and do ghost tours of the occult museum and just do the haunted B&B thing even after the Warren's daughter and her husband take the objects away. They're still going to run a haunted B&B. And I'm not going to comment on it. I don't think it's a good idea. But, Lorraine was very adamant about the dangers of just letting random people move through the museum and stuff like that. And uh, their daughter and her husband have been complete schmucks, not taking the Warrens' warnings seriously. Of course, they approved this tour, Devil on the Run tour that's going across the country. Um, and then, Ripe and Casti um, opening it up to a bed and breakfast with ghost tours. Um, that's just nasty shit waiting to happen right there. You've heard the phrase, the devil made me do it. No, 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 that's not how that phrase goes. It's dead presidents made me do it, especially the ones whose pictures are on little green pieces of paper. There's not a lot that I wouldn't do for money, especially now. Trying to get the other channel up, having so much trouble. I mean, I've been running into people like crazy that are like, "Oh, do you got a business card? Oh, where's your next show gonna be? Oh, da da da," and I'm like, ah, "Got any money? I need business cards. I need flyers. I've been thinking about doing a group investigation at one of our really haunted cemeteries. You charge a few dollars for people to get in and set them loose. And I can't even make up flyers or anything to announce that. I'm trying to broaden out my thing here in our community with the investigations and hometown hauntings and stuff like that. That can't advertise. So I don't know. I don't know. I've been stung like that when I was about 6. A kid I was hanging out with kicked a big nest in the trunk of a dead tree. Found out I'm allergic. Wow. Do you think it would be haunted, maybe, if the stuff was gone? Yeah, there you go. Ben Franklin made me do it. Yes, Sarah. Um, because of the attachments to the Warrens and to that entire house, it will still be a haunted B&B. I guarantee, I absolutely positively guarantee that on more than one occasion they brought stuff back to that property that didn't make it into the museum. So yeah, I absolutely guarantee it's still going to be a haunted B&B. Can you make a Facebook post instead of a flyer? Well, I can, but once again, we don't have so many of our followers here in the area are older folks that aren't on social media. So um, I mean, it helps me a little bit to put something on um, social media, but it don't help me. It don't saturate. It kind of be like having a sponge, a brand new sponge sitting at your kitchen sink, and you take an eyedropper full of water and you only saturate half the sponge, but the other half is still dry. We have a lot of old folks and stuff around here, and there's a lot of people, and out here, Camp Ritchie folk out around the lake that don't even get on social media. So that's 300 potential investigations that I would never um, be able to touch. And the thing about that area, that would be one of the areas that I would really want to do because of the high indigenous influence that used to be there around the lake that uh, was pushed out of this area and moved west. So, yeah, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure it out. I wonder how construction would go in a house for the B&B. Probably creepy stuff would happen. Oh, yeah, I absolutely guarantee it. I absolutely guarantee it. I remember the house that I grew up in, and if you guys haven't been over to the Paranormal Papa channel, um, the link is there in the bottom of that little PSA I just put up there. If you've not been over there, I done the first episode of Paranormal Papa podcast last Friday and talked about the house I grew up in and stuff like that. Um, when we remodeled that house, it was just a rundown old farmhouse. Hell, nobody had lived there for over 25 years when we got it. And my grandmother and grandfather came back up from South Carolina. Grandpa, with his, God, 45 or 50 years in construction and remodeling, helped us completely remodel, paint, lay carpet, put in drop ceilings, do masonry work, which he was a mason, things like that. And from the time they started ripping woodwork and stuff down to get it refinished and repainted, get all the old lead paint off of it and stuff, um, we noticed increased activity. From the old man and the two little girls that died there over almost a 95-year period. So yeah, there's definitely going to be an increase in activity when they start remodeling that place. Um, New album Sunsets and Sacrifices will be available after 8:15. Uh, okay, another what hour? Because it's 8:14 here. So wait, no, it's 8:34 here. So another 45 minutes or so. Very cool. Um, and it would be cool if the local library would let you post stuff in there. Actually, I can. Actually, good morning, Santy. I just saw you creep in down there. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're not about ready to melt out there. Because I know what it feels like here right now with our, you know, heat advisories and 90-degree temp and the increased humidity and increased UV alert. So I can just about imagine what it feels like out there. But no, I can do stuff. Um, I can do stuff at the library. When you walk in our library, there's actually a big display case between the sets of double doors, right in between them. And I can set up stuff out there. I can actually um, go out and do speaking engagements at the library. So, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff I can do with the library. Uh, you bunch of rogues and rapscallions. I love that word, rapscallion. But I look like a rapscallion. Eye patch wearing, cigar smoking, coffee swilling, rapscallion. I know we're only at 32% humidity. You're lucky. Our humidity level's been terrible lately. Plus we've had humidity warnings. We have had increased UV alerts, which is why, here a few weeks ago when I managed to get to the beach with the wife and the kid for an afternoon, 2 days later I was peeling like a rattlesnake. If we would have tried really hard, they probably could have started at the back of my head and peeled off one piece all the way down to the back of my knees. It was bad. And I was even keeping myself lotioned up, and it was bad. I was peeling like a tarantula. If I would have tried really hard, I could have had another me standing right beside me. Yeah, rapscallions unite. There you go. It's 81 in Florida with 80% humidity. Somebody's going to get tan lines. Somebody's going to get tan lines. Down with tan lines. Sunbathe naked. Drew Santee said, I'm not allowed to come to Arizona without you. Well, I would sure as hell hope not, because it was what, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, that me, you, and Nick were going to go down and surprise him together. And that trip never happened. So, I wouldn't go down to see him personally unless I had you with me. So, yeah, I keep hoping one of these days, while we're all still young enough to enjoy each other's company, we actually make it down there. I almost had the wife convinced taking a summer trip down that way, but, no money, no time, spiders as big as her hand. She decided she didn't want to go to Arizona. I told her the dry heat and stuff like that would be really good for my tuberculosis, but she didn't buy it. That'd be cool. So cool to do an event at the library near Halloween. I bet people would come. Oh, I think people would come regardless of when I done it. But yeah, definitely Halloween. I'm actually going to set up a display, I think, at the museum this October. I want to find a way, since there's electrical plugs in the big display case, I want to set up a way to, or find a way to get my different devices to constantly operate if I could figure something out to plug them in. I've been looking for some old, crappy devices that I could pull the power system out of and just put the lights in it with power plugs, hook them up to a power strip, and that way I could make them sit there and constantly blink and stuff like that, and not have to go out there every day and change batteries. The heat just grabs your energy and throws it out of you. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Here when it's really humid and everything, walking to work, walking back. Because a lot of times I'll walk to work, it'll be in the 50s. By the time I get out of work, it's in the 80s. So, I'm sitting there trying to, whatever long sleeve, whatever I wore to work, I'm walking home with it thrown over my shoulder. And my t shirt has this spot about yay wide starting here and going all the way down to my waist on my back, just a strip that's soaking wet. Um, it's, yeah, I would definitely prefer some place with dry heat, dry humidity. Um, some place where there is. I'm only going to do this for Sarah's benefit because of the question that she asked you, Santi. I would prefer to live somewhere where there are no beaches, no big water, desert, arid, shit dropping dead from heat exhaustion, and no water to drink. Um, well, I need to make a music video, so hurry up and let's go. I absolutely agree. I would love to shoot some of your videos and stuff for you. Um, get the right song, man, where um, we can shoot like a rough looking video, um, old saloon, a brothel. I mean, even if it's just a tourist kind of location, um, not an actual. Well, I mean, no, never mind, never mind, never mind. Yeah, I would love to. I'd love to shoot some really rough stuff with you. Would you know if I live near the heat? I want water close by. Listen to the song Oceanfront Property. Got some oceanfront property in Arizona. On your front porch, you can see the sea. Yep, only if Texas and New Mexico sink, then maybe, the Gulf of Arizona. Let me see here. Just wanted to say hello for a second, everybody. Can't stay long. Heading out on the road soon. Good morning, Rob. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Missed you, man. Hope you and Lisa are getting out and with the last year she's had, she can use her cousin. She can use all the getting out time that she can get her hands on. So I hope you're utilizing her just absolute prettiness and getting her out and doing things so she's not sitting around dwelling on all the nasty crap. But I miss you both. Hope to see you guys sometime before the year's up. Santee, arrest you. There, I'll make a video out of that. Oh yeah. Yep, that young feller is going to do a cowboy rendition of a modern arrest. Um, Young feller, armed, runs up on a half blind old dude, knocks him to the ground, puts his knee in the back of his neck, puts cuffs on him, kicks him a couple times, followed by a 19th century lawsuit for abuse of justice. I don't see the humor in that. I don't see the humor in that. Oh, man, this coffee is not working. I need something stronger. Somebody quick, run to the store and get me an energy drink. We did a huge investigation of the Beeson mansion. Still need to upload and edit that video, and her name did, and her video and her name did an investigation at the Bruce mansion. I remember you guys advertising those, but yeah, I hadn't seen anything yet on them, so I wasn't sure if they had been uploaded or not yet. Hope those went well. Those are two really good locations to do. I wouldn't mind getting into either one of those, both of them myself. I need to get with Danny. He was talking about revising Ghostorama and keeping it closer to our location, um, and then had discussed a couple of possible investigations for us to do. Um, so yeah, I need to get a hold of him. Santi, I really liked your idea we talked about on music in the Old West. Hey, Brooklyn. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well. The Bruce Mansion video is up. We went during the day. We caught a lot of activity during the daytime. Wow. I have not seen anything about it. I'm going to have to go and invest. See, and that really burns my bippy when it comes to uh, the way they pop up videos on your suggested videos and stuff like that. A lot of times, if a channel's not super active, um, when they actually do things, like I mean, if they're not doing things like every day or every other day, um, when they do things, they don't pop up. I haven't seen anything from Lisa. I get shorts from you, but unless I go looking, I don't get any long form videos, and it burns my ass, man. Well, I'm glad that um, the Bruce investigation is up, and that you guys got a lot of activity on that. Oh, that's very cool when a place is so active that you can go in there in the daylight and do a good investigation. But then, when it's all over with, that's when you ask yourself, my God, if it was that active during the daytime, what's this place like at night? There's been a couple places that I've gone that have been, like super. I mean, shitting there scare you bad enough to turn you white. I'm talking white as white. I'm talking white as a bed sheet. I can't imagine what it's like at night. So yeah, that's crazy. I was attacked on the Beeson, or at the Beeson. Something hit me on the back of the head. Was not able to get it on film because we weren't recording, but everybody there saw what happened. Oh wow, very cool. I post videos every day, shorts. Lisa's not very active on her YouTube channel at all. So when you're not active, it kind of messes up the algorithm and people don't see. Yeah, exactly. Now, like I said, I see your shorts. Well, yeah, no matter how I say that, it's going to sound wrong. So I'm just going to leave it like that. I see your shorts, but I very rarely ever see long form stuff anymore. I just started messing with shorts, usually as advertisements for my upcoming stuff. Like I posted a short this morning on here and on Papa Paranormal or Paranormal Papa, um, about the paranormal flashback coming up on Wednesday. And here in a little bit, I'll post another one for episode 2 of Paranormal Papa podcast on Friday. But yeah, I've never messed with shorts before, so I'm still learning them. I'm getting the ratio right and trying to get sound right and stuff like that. But yeah, I see the shorts that you put out. I just never see long form. I got to admit, I do miss your cemetery investigations and your celebrity graves and stuff like that. I did like the little videos that you put out a while ago about redoing your man cave and all your little collectibles and stuff that you've got in there and the car shows that you done and stuff like that. That stuff always interests me, those car shows and stuff. Because I grew up around the car shows and everything down in Fairmount, Indiana, taking my '67 Ford from the time. I mean, it wasn't even painted yet. I don't even think. No, I take that back. The year we got it painted and got the bumpers put back on it was the first year I drove it in the parade, um, down for James Dean Rod Run the end of September. And I was one of, God, what, 3,000 cars in that parade. There was like 7,000 cars in the park that year. And then I drove it the next year, which was my senior year. And she sat out there with her completely reconditioned trunk lit up so everybody could see everything, and the hood popped up so they could see all the chrome and stuff like that. So yeah, I really get into the car show things. um, I'm hoping to go to Bruce Mansion at night and spend the night there, but it's going to be a little bit. Drew, no matter what, it just sounds wrong. Yeah, when you look at another man and say, I've seen your shorts, there's just no good way to put it. What happened to your eye? bear attack. I was attacked. I was attacked by a cataract bear, Adirondack. No, cataract. No, I got my cataracts finally advanced to the point where it's completely blinded me in my right eye. And earlier this year, I was noticing with my equilibrium being off, not being able to see out of this eye, it was making me real dizzy. I was getting nauseous, things like that. So I started wearing the eye patch. The pupils even starting to silver over. Um, Hopefully, this week, sometime between now and Wednesday, I will have insurance again. Um, so I might be able to save this eye before it's completely gone, because it's progressing like this one did. Like one day I can hardly see anything, and one day I can see decently clear in it. There's still a haze regardless, but it's not as bad. Um, so hopefully before it's completely gone, I can get some kind of cataract surgery done and at least save this eye. But I doubt we're going to be able to do anything for this. And if they can, fantastic. But I doubt it with it starting to silver over already. So we'll just have to wait and see what the doctor says when I'm able to go see a doctor. I still do celebrity videos, though my shorts feed, I still go cemeteries when I can. But it's expensive with gas and stuff. I just did a celebrity video not too long ago on shorts. My car videos that I've been doing too extremely well. Even on my shorts videos, they do very well, very well. And my channel's been growing quite a bit lately, so I've got a lot of car show videos that I do. I'm trying to, Brooke. Um, it, Now that I'm wearing the patch, I'm not falling down, getting nauseous and stuff like that. Brooke, in case you did not know, we have a second channel now. Let me put this little PSA up again. The link to the second channel is in the bottom, or down at the very bottom of this little PSA. So, I'm trying to stay busy. I mean, since we got the second mixer at work now, um, I've lost 10 hours a week. So, I didn't even do 30 hours this week. I don't even think I done 20. I didn't do 20 hours this week. So even with splitting up my shifts, 2 or 3 hours every night, 2 or 3 hours the next morning, um, what do you do? Just tell people you lost your eye in a sword fight at an event. I was off doing an investigation, and the spirit said, "Can you see me? Can you see me?" And I said, "No." And all of a sudden, my eyeball popped out of my head. And he said, "Can you see me now?" I said, "No, but I can see the top of my shoe." I don't know. You come up with a better story. Ah, goodness gracious. Bird up, bird up. That looks like it could be interesting. Wonder what kind of free shit they're giving away now. Um, oh, that's a birthday. That's a go live together. Um, how much YouTube actually pays you? UV alert. Go figure. Weren't we just talking about that a few minutes ago? Timu, they're giving away more things for 1 cent. You're paying 1 penny shipping and handling for a $50 tactical vest or a $30 hoodie or a $50 double speaker thingy or a drone. I found a drone on there the other day. They wanted to send me for a penny shipping. If they're wanting to send me shit for a penny, their business is sucking. They need to figure something out. Every time I hear that sound, I think it's a police scanner. My heart monitor. Bird, bird, bird. Hey, I've been at this for an hour already. I need to, you know, go and do that thing that pulls me away from you for a minute. Ugh. Come on, coffee. Anyway, I gotta go run to the in-house and do my thing real quick. Y'all, talk real nice amongst yourselves for just a minute, and I'll be back. Getting old sucks. Oh. I just realized Tony's not here yet. Hope he's okay. Every time I have okay, guys, I've got to get going. Have a great day, everybody, and make sure guys check out the video that I got coming up. Much love. You too, Rob. You take care of yourself, buddy, and hopefully here real soon we can all get back together and do an investigation or something, or just hang out. I really honestly don't care. I just miss you both. Well, let's hit the live thing on here. I noticed that a little bit ago, Tony's usually first on here. Yeah, I know. That that really bothers me when he don't show up at all, when I don't get a message from him, anything like that. It kind of scares me. You know, Tony's a little bit older than I am, and he roughs himself up a lot more than I do. He spends a lot more time outside. He's constantly doing things. He's working on cars, and he ain't easy on his body. I think he might just need to realize the fact that it's time to hang the blue tights and the red cape up and just slow things down a bit. That's what my son told me a long time ago, and I took his advice because, frankly, if I wouldn't have taken his advice, I probably wouldn't be here right now. I was working as a stonemason, doing custom walkways, patios, fire pits, things like that, custom brick, block, and stone. And I was working, 10, 11, 12 hours a day, cutting stone, moving it, digging, uh, uh, placing and actuating stone and stuff like that. And I mean, it was really wearing me down. I mean, to the point where a lot of times I couldn't even drive home. Somebody had to drive me home or come and pick me up, or I had to take a taxi or a bus because it was killing me. It was killing me lugging stone, um, cutting it, moving it, unloading it from the trucks, unstacking it from the pallets. It was beating the crap out of me, and I was working alone because I didn't want to be responsible for somebody else. And my kid told me, slow it up, hang up the big S, or you're not going to be around to see grandkids. And I did it. And boy, have I seen grandkids. Jeez, who criminy is grandkids coming out of the woodwork. He acts younger than me. Yeah, he does. He does. I have to admit, he amazes me. Um, he absolutely positively amazes me. Uh, the way he's constantly on the go, constantly on the roll, man. Um, I don't know how he does it. I really honestly don't. Hold on. I got an itch. There we go. I'll be doing remodeling to this house so we can sell it for a less busy street. What? You guys haven't even been there for 2 years yet. What are you talking about? Sell it for a less busy street. Wouldn't it be easier just to put up a fence? That way you don't got to worry about kids or anything getting run it over, playing in the street. Wouldn't it be easier just to put up a chain link fence around your yard? I mean, housing market the way it is today, I hate to say it, but I think it'd be really rough to even get out of that place what you paid for it. Housing market scares me, man, because the more they do here, the more expensive places get. And if you're not buying a place but you already own it, then that just means the more your property taxes go up. When Grandma and Grandpa bought this place 30 years ago, 35 years ago, they paid 50 grand for it. And there was a big 2-story house on the property at that time. Well, 23 years ago, when they had to tear the house down and bought this place, they paid uh, like 90,000 for this place to move on the property. And now, with the new beach and the pier and them extending out the beach and putting in another pier and everything they've done uptown, they've made this place a tourist location for people to come from, you know, all over the Midwest, Chicago, all around the heartland, to come here and have their little, summer houses and lakes to play on, and their pontoons and their speedboats and their bass boats and everything else. And now this property is supposed to be worth um, right at $250,000. Damn allergies. So the way the market's going, it scares me. Oh, we never liked the location because it sits on two busy roads. We have a fence already. You'll see when you call. Okay, that works. Oh, man, these allergies, man, the way pollen count is and stuff like that around here, which, spring really put a hurt on us because, it started off really dry and then it became super wet. Then it got warm. No, wait. Started off really dry, then it got warm. So the trees started budding and stuff. Then it got super wet. Then it got super warm again. For the longest time this year, they were talking about a decrease in the lightning bug population, fireflies. And just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, people are like, well, where are all these damn fireflies coming from? The night is full of them. And when it was a month and a half after they're supposed to come out, we started seeing them. So everything is messed up around here, and our pollen count is just absolutely terrible. You know, Here we are in August. I got bit by my very first skeeter last night. And I'm hanging out by the beach and, walking by the lake, going to and from work, outside smoking, at work when the dough's resting, outside here. And I got bit by my very first skeeter last night on the 3rd of frickin' August, man. The summer's almost over. Things are just, things are messed up. The fate of the world is scary. Well, that airplane sounds like it was scraping treetops. But listen, no, I didn't hear a boom. Guess they just wanted to see things clear. Man, we lost folks quick. Just a second, a minute ago there was 4 people, then there was 7 people, now there's 3 people, and we still got 45 minutes to go. But yeah, the whole topic of um, the stream, the title that I had, um, when you become well known, it's or becoming well known can be suffocating. I've been advertising the new channel. I adopted the name that Trevor and Riley gave me, the Paranormal Papa. Started the Paranormal Papa Investigations channel. Um, of course, whenever I put out a video, I always post it to Facebook, where I've come to find that 70% of my viewers, more like 71.9% of my viewers, are not even subscribed. They just wait for me to post it on there and they watch it and then leave and don't subscribe or anything else. But I've got probably, 18 or 1900 followers right here in this let's say 30 miles around my location. From South Bend, Elkhart, Indiana, Edwardsburg. Got a lot of air traffic today. That one there was low too. Um, and we don't have a local airport. Our nearest airport is Kalamazoo or Elkhart or South Bend, which is a regional. That's weird. Um, but I've noticed when we have our community um, festivals and stuff like that, people recognize me and they're constantly asking for business cards. Like I said, I wanted to do some different haunted tours and group investigations, but to do the flyers and business cards, it takes this thing that I don't have, um, called money. Um, I'm Jesus. I'm having a real hard time. Um, yeah, I know firsthand you don't have an airport. Had a police helicopter fly low yesterday over houses. Well, hey Ian, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. But that's our next big need. When I done Ghostorama over in Jackson a couple months ago, I did not have a flyer, or I didn't have business cards, I didn't have flyers, I didn't have a banner, um, and I even had paranormal equipment for sale, extra stuff that I've got, and there was no business there. So I mean, if people can't see what you're doing from a distance, they don't bother walking to the other side of a parking lot to see you. So definitely need to figure out business cards and stuff like that. And of course, I pay like what, $30 for 500 business cards. So that's not too awful bad. Go through Vista Print. Go through Vista for my stickers, you know, business cards, flyers, things like that. Of course, the stickers, you know, they'll be available if anybody wanted one from here or the other channel. Of course, all they had to do was send me an address, and I'd be more than happy to send them out. Any giveaways or anything like that, we will definitely throw stickers in with those. Um, so, yeah, that is my Christmas list for this year. Wonder how I'm going to sit on my own lap and tell Santa what I want for Christmas. Oh, man. What the hell is that? That popped up just a second ago. Huh, air quality alert. So not only do we have a UV alert, we have an air quality alert, which would be why my allergies are going nuts. Crappy email. Yeah, that's what you need is a logo, TJ. You need a logo and you need some merch, t-shirts, those little wristbands made out of paracord, like red, white, and blue or something like that. You know, just something that makes you stand out, something people can just pick up and sport for you. And there's number 4. What the hell's going on in Michigan that I don't know about? T-shirts, posters, bottle openers, CDs. People still buy CDs. I don't even know if people still buy CDs, quite honestly. It's funny. I was watching a video yesterday, early morning yesterday, and a father was asking his teenage daughter. He was saying different things from the 80s and 90s to see um, if she understood what they meant. Just little slang terms or just terms from the 80s and 90s. And one of them that he brought up was burning discs, and she had no clue what the hell he even meant by a burning a disc. Um, she said that little needle thing that touches the silver part of the disc, you play that disc so much it burns the grooves off the CD, and then it won't play no more. What was the other one he done? Um, that's 7. There's something weird going on. I don't think many don't anymore. They stream or download. I think you're right. The one nice thing about experimenting with my time in the brewery, um, when I finish early morning on Sunday, I technically have the biggest part of 3 days off. Even though I work on Sunday and I work on Tuesday, I can go in like super early on a Sunday, get the stuff done, come home, and don't have to go back until Tuesday evening or Tuesday night. So, being able to play with my time a little bit kind of helps me to get more rest if I can get some snoozy time during the day on Sunday and Tuesday. But yeah, that rarely happens. Good morning, David. Hope you're doing good, bud. Oh, I didn't even see you pop in. I'm spending so much time looking up here. I don't ever look down here at the. I'm starting to get worried. I mean, I'm not hearing any booms or anything, but that's 7 low-flying airplanes just in the last 20 or 25 minutes. And that is very unusual for this town to have planes flying over that low. That's insane. And it seems like they're flying the same pattern. And like I said, we don't even have any private airports around this area. So where these little prop airplanes are coming from is beyond me. Be right back. Get a notification about the album. Oh, cool. Yeah, it should be live right now. It's 8:27 over there. So yeah, you should be live right now, or your album should be live. Running a bit late this morning. You're not the only one, brother. It's been a rough morning. I was telling everybody earlier, the wife days off changed again, so she's off Tuesdays and Wednesdays now. So she had to work last night, and we started off watching the new Final Destination with the kid, and the wife had to leave for work, and me and the kid finished it. And then she went out to I wanted her to watch, Death of a Unicorn with me, because it's a messed up movie, but it's a good movie. And it's got both the fantasy unicorn and the traditional Irish story. 8 unicorns, the darker, more evil thing in it. And she didn't want to watch it, so she went out in the living room. Was 9, chatting with her friends, and I was watching TV, but playing my Panda Pop and stuff like that, watching South Park. And before I knew it, it was almost 1:30, and I crawled in bed, passed right out. When the wife woke me up this morning, I was laying on top of the covers across the bed, I had my head laid on her pillows, my feet hanging off my side of the bed, and I did not want to get up. But, trash day, had to get the trash outside, had to get ready for the live stream. I'm almost done with my first pot of coffee, and I am still not awake. So, it's it's a rough one today. I see 3 black jets flying on last week. Yeah, I don't know what it is with these planes and stuff this morning. That's the 9th. Okay, that's a trash truck. Um, we've had 9 low flyovers in less than a half hour. We never we're not in a flight path of any place. Our small airports, Elkhart, South Bend Regional, Kalamazoo. Um, Now there's a teeny tiny private airport up north into Wajak, but these planes are flying west to east. There's nothing over here, and there's 10, and I mean they're flying low. And these are little two and four private planes. No clue what the hell it is. That one there was just south of us, flying low. Black jets last week. Why are black op jets flying over your house, Ian? What did you do wrong? Were you bad? Did you do something wrong, Ian? Do you have black ops jets and helicopters flying over your house? Is the government watching you, Ian? Something weird is going on. There was a large engine-like noise people heard around New York, New Jersey. Then there was 3.0 quake in New Jersey a day later. I did not do nothing wrong. When was this, David? I didn't hear anything about a quake in Jersey. The last one I heard anything about was the one from southeast Russia this past week. I didn't hear anything about New Jersey or New York. That's very strange. 11. It's getting spooky. The way this world is, weird shit that's happening. Don't know. Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey, August 2nd, 10:18 p.m. Oh wow, I'll have to check into that. I did not hear anything about that. Today I might go to Silverbrook Cemetery and visit my dad. I want to get back there again. There is still, after 3 visits to Silverbrook, um, there's still 80% of that cemetery that we've not investigated. So, I want to get back over there again and do some stuff, but getting Mark available is hard anymore since he started working for the juvenile facility um, in northern Indiana, where he works at with uh, county sheriffs. Um, he just don't have the time anymore. I'm actually thinking about trying to build a 12. I'm actually thinking about trying to build a second paranormal team to go out. I threw the offer out to a real good friend a couple hours ago that lives here close by to see if she would be interested in going out and doing investigations and stuff with me. So we'll see what happens. Welcome back, Mr. Holton. I hope it was good news. So like I was saying, when you left, I looked at my time, realized it was, like 8:32 your time. So your album is live or active. So hopefully it's getting well-deserved attention. Whew. 24 minutes left. Yeah, definitely amen to that, Ian. It's been a rough couple months for celebrities and stuff in this country. You know, Ozzy passing away just a week and a half, 2 weeks after they done the Back to the Beginning tour in Birmingham. The Hulkster, uh, of course, I'm I'm gonna reserve my personal opinion on that. I guess people, I don't believe in critiquing or attacking is another good word. Um, Other parent 13, that one there had a jet engine on it. It whistled. I can't wait to get outside to see what the hell's going on. But these paranormal teams that are doing these voice box sessions and stuff like that. I mean, they haven't even got these guys in the ground, and people are doing voice box sessions and stuff, trying to communicate with them and everything. It, there's a limit. There's a limit to what you do for views and stuff like that. And, some people have no morals. Yep, it was all good. Just a notification. Went live, no views yet. Where's it live at, TJ? I'll go over and listen to it later on after we talk. I mean, is the whole playlist on YouTube, or where is it available at? Okay, now is that the whole playlist, or is that just a couple songs off of your new album? All 11 tracks. Okay. Which is really funny because I've not got the notification yet that it went live. Music, YouTube.com playlist. Well, and see, I would click up. It's going to have to be a little while because I don't even know if I can pull up my chat once. this live um, goes live um, after it's over with. You know, because I don't know if you've ever noticed before, but when you do a live on YouTube, it takes, you know, an hour or two for it to become viewable as a repeat. And a lot of times I can't even pull up my chat with my videos when I go, or with my lives when I go back and look at them. So I don't know. We'll see. Just to be on the safe side, send that link to me on Messenger, and that way I have access to the link so I can go and watch the playlist. I can send the link to your message. Yeah, yeah, that right there. Evil minds think alike, man. Wonder what the wife's got planned for dinner tonight. Man, we have a brand new go-to. What do I got in here? I got 5 people in here right now. We 13, 14, 13. Um, we have a brand new go-to meal around here. We seen it on TikTok. Didn't know how it was going to turn out. Because you know, when you cook a tortilla, when you make like a quesadilla or something, if you leave the tortilla in the skillet too long, it'll get really, really crispy. You can't cut it, it just breaks. Um, you take the small tortilla and you take ground beef and you smash it flat on the tortilla and flip it ground beef down into the skillet. And the smash burger cooks on the tortilla. Of course, the heat from the skillet will slightly brown the tortilla, but it doesn't get like super, super crunchy or anything. And then you pick it up, flip it back over tortilla down, and you can put your tomato, your lettuce, your onion, all that stuff on it, and then fold it like a taco and eat it. And you don't got to worry about the buns. It's a little healthier because the carbohydrate level is down just having a tortilla. Um, it's really surprising how good it is. And it's so quick and easy to make. I mean, the wife can make 5 or 6 of these things in about 20 minutes. And you don't got to worry about side dishes or anything because you can pile all the veggies and stuff up on the burger and fold it all up and eat it. Quick and easy to make, and I mean even the kid loves it, and she's one of the pickiest shits I ever met in my life when it comes to eating. So definitely, if you're looking for a quick and easy meal, like I said, you just take a tortilla, you smash that burger down on it till it's only about yay thick. It's just a smash burger on a tortilla. And then, you know, you can put all your seasoning and stuff on it. You know, I like a little cayenne and uh, salt and pepper, little onion powder, um, and then you pile your lettuce, your tomato, your onions, your mustard, ketchup, mayo, whatever you want on it, and just fold it up and eat it like a taco. It's really good. It's easy to make. Um, that way you can share it out. If you like it enough, I only get 3 cents per stream. Wow, that's highway robbery. How much are they making per stream? They're making $3, you're making 3 cents. But I mean, I guess it gets your name out there, so um, whatever it takes. We were discussing that earlier with the county shows, county fairs, city festivals, um, stuff like that. I mean, city festivals. I guess you could always offer to perform uh, down there at uh, the show that you no longer do Wild Bill for. I mean, I'm sure they'd go gaga over having a music performer, uh, especially after they listen to a little bit of your music. Um, go down there and do a show on like Saturday night or something like that. Uh, Music always draws attention when it comes to shows and stuff, city festivals and fairs. You might just be surprised how many folks would show up to see you. Good morning, Tony. Thank God, man. I was going to message you when the stream was over with. I was starting to get worried about you a little bit. You know, this whole only communicating once a week thing, and then when you totally break character and you're not here before the stream even starts, I have a tendency of starting to get a little worried. That's on all platforms unless people pay for it. They couldn't afford me after what they did. I forgot it's Monday. Oh shit. Tony's going to start having the same problems I do, old person's disease, forgetting about stuff. It happens. What can you say? Yeah, don't scare us like that. Yeah, really. I didn't forget it's Monday. I had to work yesterday, got to work tomorrow. Don't got to think about the place today. I couldn't forget. I tried. I slept in. Boy, did I sleep in this morning. I'm still not awake. I could finish this stream and go crawl back in bed. I've been out of bed for not quite 3 hours, and I could go crawl back in bed and sleep all day. If I didn't have so much stuff to do for the 2 channels and shit today, that's probably what I would do. I don't got to do it all today. I got today and biggest part of tomorrow. No, not really. The wife just started new work schedule and it threw me off. It's down to the 60s this morning, so I slept a little late. I now have a shiny new grandson. Does he have that new grandson smell? There's, I mean, like that fresh baby, fresh off the showroom floor um, smell. Congratulations, bud. That's better you than me. I got enough grandkids. I sit and think about my grandkids and look at how fast they're growing. And yeah, it just makes me feel older. I don't need any more grandkids. He's tiny, 2 months early. Aww, little thing. Well, congratulations, bud. down in the 60s. Yeah, it was actually down in the 50s here. Um, I stayed up later last night. The wife's schedule changed. You know, she works 8 to 4, uh, 4 days a week, and then she works 10 to 6, 2 days a week. Wait, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. That's not right. She works 8 to 4, 3 days a week. She works 10 to 6, 2 days a week, and she's off 2 days. But they changed her 2 days. So where it used to be Sunday and Monday, now it's Tuesday and Wednesday. And so she went to work last night. Me and the kid watched the new Final Destination. And when it was over, she went out to the living room to talk to her friends online, and I sat and watched TV a little bit. Before I knew it, it was after 1, and I crawled right in bed, passed out. When the wife woke me up when she got home this morning, I was laying across the bed, on top of the covers, my head on her pillows, my feet hanging off my side of the bed. So, yeah, I don't even know how that happened, but it did. But yeah, she got home after 6:30. I was still asleep, and she actually woke me up going out to feed the outside kitties and getting the trash together so it could be taken down to the curb for the trash truck. I don't know. 59 Saturday, 62 today. It was it was what? It was 57 here this morning. The other morning it was 52. And you know, I was talking earlier. Santee was in here, and I was talking about how when it's chilly, you know, I'll put on like a windbreaker or something like that over my t-shirt or whatever I go to work in, and I walk to work and there's a chill in the air, and you got the windbreaker on to break up the chill a little bit. And by the time I get out of work, temperature's gone up 30 degrees when the sun's come up or started to come up. And you know, I'm walking home with it slung over my shoulder, and I've got this strip going from here all the way down my back that's just soaked. Everything else is dry, but that one strip is just completely soaked from having the contact on my t-shirt or whatever. So, yeah, it's a little messed up. Yeah, they said it was down in the 40s at the higher elevations around here. Oh, wow. Good morning, Bud Files. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Oh, God. Bloop. What's it say? 68 degrees right now. Mostly sunny. Stuff still ain't working. I need some stronger coffee. I seen that. It rang for a second and then it popped up suspected spam. All right. If you guys would have seen the coffee I put in this coffee maker this morning, you'd be amazed. It was absolutely frickin' incredible. I'm adding sugar and milk to it to try to up the carb count. And it's not helping. With the sugar and milk I've used this morning, I could have baked a cake, and it is not helping. I don't feel any more energetic than I was when that pot finished up and I poured my first cup. Cake sounds good. Nice jams. Yeah, you guys know I'm a huge Queen fan, and uh, one of my favorite songs of theirs was a song that was written for the original Highlander soundtrack back in 1983, and that's "Who Wants to Live Forever," and that is actually the guitar solo that Brian May done for that song. So that's my ringtone. It's 75 here in Connecticut with 71% humidity. Good morning, me. Good to see you. Oh, just sitting in a doctor's office. Well, hopefully I get to do that here real soon. Rumor has it I'm getting my medical insurance, so I'll be able to get back on all my meds, get the blood clot medicine back in my system, get my diabetic medicine, get my eyes worked on. We'll see what happens. Um, all depends on what the insurance guy says. I'm still waiting to hear back from him. I told him anytime between Monday and Wednesday, because that's like the only time I'm not sleeping. And, the wife can actually be on the phone call too. That way, if something does happen to me, like with the diabetic shock thing 9 years ago, and I'm unconscious, she can sign all the paperwork and stuff too. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Ooh, they're weird about this insurance thing. Oh. Bud Files, you've been putting out some pretty cool stuff here lately. I've been catching it as it pops up in the stuff, uh, suggested videos. I love that little intro you do with the animation. My medical insurance got cut off for some idiotic reason. I have no clue why. Well, see, that's like mine. I was on it for 6.5 years. And just all of a sudden, after the pandemic, they decided to reevaluate people and managed to cut me off, said we made too much money. But what they didn't realize was we lost $1,800 a month when grandma passed away. And so technically we were making less money and couldn't afford a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, where at least before, when grandma was alive, we could afford the pot and the window. Um, but then they canceled me. So I'm going through a private insurance company to get insurance. And it's going to be expensive as hell, but need to do something. I just ordered a bass guitar for 61 bucks. That's not bad. That's a great deal. You know, I got the wife a bass guitar for Christmas like 8 years ago, um, 7 years ago, and got her a bass guitar and an amp when our only, pawn shop was here in town. And, he let me make payments on it each week so I didn't, take away from, what little bit I was contributing as a short order cook. And, man, I'll tell you what, when she fired that guitar up, started playing with it, you could tell she didn't know a damn thing about playing guitar. What's really funny is I gave it to her at her favorite restaurant, which is the place that I take my parents to whenever they're up here because they have, the best fish around and stuff like that, burgers, ham sandwiches that are like that freaking long and about that big around. Um, but she walked in, the amp was plugged in, brand new shiny cord, plugging the bass in. She fired those puppies up. She hit the first string on there, and I think half the people in there passed out. Half of them choked on their ham sandwiches. Go figure. Even the sun's coming up at a different angle today. Things are just weird, guys. You notice how the planes just all of a sudden stopped. 14 low-level flyovers in less than a half hour, which is unheard of around here. One low-level flyover around here is unheard of because we've got no local airports. But 14 in less than a half hour, and they've just completely stopped. So, and now here's the sun coming from this direction when it normally comes from this direction. I need a neck for a P-bass clone I started a few years back. Huh. You can't just find um, you can't just order a neck for it, or does it have to be custom built to fit your clone? Necks are pretty easy to find off eBay. Man, I wish I could find some place to make my business cards and stuff off eBay for free. That's been a big thing. I think that's what's been inhibiting our growth is the fact that everybody's asking for business cards. They're wanting me to do these group investigations of places. I have no way to advertise. Have no business cards. Have no nothing. I'm gonna figure this out though. I'm intelligent, damn it. My mommy said so. I think my mommy was probably a liar, but my mommy told me I was intelligent. She said I was smarter than a whip. But how smart is a whip? Why did I just hear footsteps outside? Why is there water standing in my driveway? Is that water or is that just sunlight? Birder. I guess I should say I got the neck. There you go. That works. It's honest. There's nothing wrong with honesty. Well, guys, it's about 5 after. Sorry, those of you that got in here late, but I get one day to take care of 2 channels and a house and the dishes. I don't know, but I need to cover that window up. That's blinding me. But I'm going to hit it. You guys all have a great day. Have a great week. Don't forget, we have got a brand new video premiering on Wednesday on Paranormal Papa Investigations. It is another paranormal flashback, the Morris Chapel and Cemetery. And this video here proves that sometimes the records that they keep aren't exactly true. Because we find a lot during our investigation that they swear up and down isn't real. But if you do the research on your own and don't go through their records, you find out that it ain't true. So, and then of course on Friday we will have episode 2 of the Paranormal Papa podcast on our Paranormal Papa Investigations channel. The link to that is in the bottom of that little PSA that I put up there a minute or so ago. Go on over and subscribe. About 71, almost 72% of our viewers are not subscribed to the channel, but they keep coming back and watching. So we'll see what happens. Also found out that Paranormal Papa Investigations has already qualified for super chats and memberships and stuff like that. But you guys know, after the way we were screwed out of over $300 from super chats the last time, it's doubtful I'm going to have super chats. You know, we were supposed to get, like a $500 paycheck that one month from all the super chats that we had got and everything. And I got $101 and change, and lost all the super chats and stuff. So, and of course, their records showed they paid me. And they said my check was over $500. And I sent them a picture of the check that showed it was like $101. And they said, well, that's impossible. So, and it ended there. So, yeah, we're not, later, everyone. Good morning, Drew. Good morning, Lady C. Good to see you. We were just walking out the door. Sorry about that. We started over 2 hours ago. I stuck around for almost 10 minutes longer. Damn it. But come on over, check out the Paranormal Papa Investigations channel. We are building it up. We're almost at 50 subscribers already, and hopefully some of these hundreds that come in and watch the stuff on there will start subscribing, and it'll pick up faster, and we can get it monetized or something. So until then, we'll just keep doing it this way. But you guys all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you, we do. We'll catch you next Monday morning, 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll hang out, chat, and drink a little coffee together. But no worries, just saying hi. Well, hi. You guys take care. We'll catch you next week. Have a good one.